After playing and posting Fortnite videos for over 2.5 years now, you could say I know a thing or two about Fortnite that most players probably don't. From a secret Simpsons Easter egg to a secret hint at an upcoming Thor skin that was teased by Epic Games, yeah, I know, that's just the surface. Today we cover 15 things you never noticed in Fortnite. And if you could drop a like and use code T5G in the item shop, you'll be my #1 fan. Just you and you only, no one else. Anyways, on to number 15, upcoming Marvel and DC skins. So when Captain America was revealed by Epic Games and released into the item shop, we received a special trailer just for the cosmetic set. Although this trailer actually had a secret reference inside of it that most players probably won't have noticed. Before I show you, go ahead, try and spot it. If you notice, the camera lingered on a little Easter egg during this trailer. When Captain America jumps down, you can see a little teleportation circle on the ground embedded into the grass. If you didn't know, this is actually famous because it's how Thor teleports in the MCU. Obviously, Captain America can't teleport on his own, which means Thor must have sent him to the Fortnite island. A lot of Marvel fans are speculating that this little Easter egg is a big hint from Epic Games that more superheroes will be coming to the island in the future, with one specifically being the God of Thunder himself, Thor. If not, it's also a neat little reference to Captain America and Thor's relationship, with Cap being able to wield Thor's hammer. Number 14, my name is Jev. Epic adds secrets literally everywhere, mostly in the map, but other places too, including item shop cosmetics. On the paper plane glider, you can see underneath that there's a handwritten quote that says, "My name is Jeff." If you're an uncultured swine, it's a pretty neat reference to a classic meme that we all know and love from 22 Jump Street. Seems like one of Epic's designers loved it a little bit more than the rest of us, so thank you, Epic designer, for the meme. We appreciate ya.
My name is Jeff.
Number 13, the secret pickaxe song. Okay, you might have noticed by now while hitting items with your pickaxe that each critical hit will raise a musical note. You gotta admit, it's really satisfying when you're hitting back-to-back critical hits and playing a little tune with it. One thing you probably didn't notice is that these notes you're hearing are actually a secret pickaxe song. If you listen to the comparison, the notes are identical to something called a solfege, which is important for those who do music theory. I also might have pronounced that wrong, so sorry if I did. Basically, the pickaxe critical hit sounds are on a C major scale, which is a small Easter egg that a lot of people rarely notice. So the next time you go hit a high health object, try to get as many critical hits as you can to hit all the notes and create your own little musical. Number 12, the secret mushrooms. There are a ton of secret items around the map, and surprisingly a lot of them are mushroom related for some reason. You may have found an extremely rare golden mushroom which only the luckiest of players can find. In fact, this thing only has a 0.0001% spawn chance. Yeah, I'm not joking. It is ridiculously rare, and the spawn chance makes it the hardest consumable to find in the entire Fortnite history of Fortnite's loot pool, even when compared to the mythic goldfish that is still sought after by players on the daily. The golden mushroom, when eaten, will grant you 100 shields instantly, although Epic recently disabled the item to fix a bug. However, most people probably didn't even notice because of how rare it is. It's hard to say when it'll come back, but even if it did, like I said, it would probably take a while for someone to get it again. What's really weird though is that's not the only secret mushroom on the map. Keep your eyes peeled for a hidden consumable known as Bud the Mushroom. We talked about him before. This little guy will actually walk around once you dance in front of him, and after you give him 100 wood, he actually follows you and gives you a constant stream of heals. Think of like Mercy from Overwatch, except a tiny little mushroom friend. Number 11, the Marauders' secret identities. With Season 3, one of the most notable additions aside from the killer sharks are the dedicated marauders that land on the map out of nowhere and hunt you down. Like I said, these guys rift into the island, crash down, follow, and hunt anyone who appears in their line of sight. But there is more to the marauders than meets the eye, because they have a ton of lore and hidden details that a lot of players probably won't even stop to notice. First, the marauders actually have identities behind the infamous mask. Save the World has characters named Kyle and Southie, and looking under the Marauders' masks actually reveals that they are the same characters. The Marauders also act very differently to any NPCs that have been in Fortnite before. Not only do they rift in, which is very unique for some reason, but they also act just like real players. They will dance and socialize with each other when no one's around, build randomly out of nowhere, and even revive each other if not. They act just like real people, which is super suspicious and makes you realize there's something unique about these guys. I'm sure we're gonna find something. Well, anyway, another Easter egg is that Marauders are also a small reference to the 4 Marauders from the Harry Potter franchise who could turn into animals. Shout out Donald Mustard being a nerd. We appreciate your little Easter eggs. And also shout out Smith Blaze because I learned that from him. Love you, Pat. Number 10, the Meows's Secret. This next secret is one of the more popular ones. You probably know it, but new players who weren't around during Season 7 might not have noticed that the Season 2 skin Meows's has been in Fortnite's lore for years. Back in Chapter 1, Season 7, a loading screen in the Battle Pass showed Lynx at her desk. She's working on outfit designs, and it seems to be a cool streaming art setup or whatever. Although, on one of the monitors, you could spot none other than Meows's, a whole 5 seasons too early. The story behind Meows's is that the Season 7 teaser was really just that, a teaser. There was no plan for this guy to be a skin in the future. However, a few seasons later, a concept artist known as Rex, who was the designer behind Rapscallion and Scoundrel, showed off his concept for a skin based on the Season 7 Lynx teaser. This was taken directly by Epic, and they created the Meows's we know and love today. Of course, now he's a way more prominent character than we ever imagined, so it's really cool to see how far he's come since a little mugshot on Lynx's screen all those years ago. Number 9, The Simpsons and Fortnite. Fortnite's 2 islands have had a ton of cool Easter eggs over the years, ranging from Truckosaurus to dinosaur footprints, but there's nothing quite as cool as this one. Perhaps one of the coolest Easter eggs to ever come to Fortnite, there was an iconic reference over at Steamy Stacks from day 1 of Chapter 2. Heading over there and looking into the control room, you'll actually be able to spot a multitude of purple donuts with a ton half-eaten. Everyone and their grandma knows that this is an obvious reference to The Simpsons, especially Homer. Naturally, if you had a power plant into Fortnite, you had to put some kind of Easter egg to Homer Simpson in there, and of course, Epic Games pulled through for us. Not gonna lie, it's probably gonna be one of the most clever Easter eggs in Fortnite's history, as it references the most iconic cartoon ever. Either way, I'll continue to love this reference because it's so simple yet so great, and with Steamy Stacks surviving the great flood of Season 3, you too can actually go and visit this Easter egg for yourself right now. Number 8, the chest with arms and legs. Alright, if you've been playing a lot of Season 3, you probably spotted that a few random chests around the current Chapter 2 island have some robotic arms and legs attached to them. Not only that, but some bathtubs will also have these exact same body parts in them, and they're pretty much just scattered all over the island. Here's the thing, these arms and legs have an actual backstory, their own little lore in Fortnite's universe. If you head to the landfill at Trash Island, you can spot a buried crash test dummy. This isn't just a regular thing though, as this Easter egg is foreshadowing an upcoming item shop skin. In the current Season 3 Battle Pass, you can find a loading screen with 2 people driving a car. One of the characters is the leaked Bryce 3000 skin, right next to the exact crash test dummy you could find at Trash Island. There's also a summer version of Meows's as a bobblehead on the dashboard. Maybe this will also be an item shop skin in the future, but anyway, you now know the backstory behind all the chests with arms and legs. It's just all one big teaser for a crash test dummy skin. Number 7, Aquaman's Trident. Something recently discovered in Fortnite is a replay mode glitch that has allowed players to see the upcoming Aquaman Trident, which you'll actually be able to claim in Week 5 of the Aquaman challenges. You'll have to head to the Trident physically in order to unlock it, so once this challenge releases, we're going to tell you where the Trident will be located so you can get an easy head start. Don't worry, we got you covered. There already is a few locations with the Trident scheduled to appear on small rocks located in B2, A2, and A1. Remember these, and you can be the first to drop down there the second the Trident is available. Number 6, Gnome in the Wall. An Easter egg that's been around in Fortnite for years now is still relatively unknown by a large part of the community, and it can literally happen randomly to any players at any time. If you place a ton of bricks quite often, it's possible that sometimes, at random chance, a garden gnome will actually appear inside of your build. It's something that happens out of your control, but it's super weird and you might not even realize it happened half the time. I'm not joking, it just spawns a gnome stuck inside of your build, but due to the color, it blends into the wall really well and it can be super easy to miss. Make sure to keep an eye out the next time you build a fort made of bricks, because you might just have a sneaky gnome trying to make a home for themselves. Number 5, the older films Easter eggs. Epic Games is notorious for paying homage to old classic Hollywood films inside of Fortnite, especially with the latest season. Recently, a poster for Season 3 was directly inspired by the famous poster for Jaws, which showed a shark swimming up to an unsuspecting Pili. Not only that, but a secret achievement in Season 3 is named Shark Repellent and is given once you deal 1966 damage to a loot shark, the same year that the Batman movie was released. If you didn't know, in the movie, there's an iconic scene where Batman fights off a shark with none other than Shark Repellent. There's also a ton of other references to older films throughout Fortnite's history, as well as newer ones too. Keep an eye out, we left out a lot, so if any Fortnite experts can remember a good one, I'll try to heart your comment down below. Number 4, Peeping Tom Pili Easter Egg. Rewinding back to Winterfest, the Christmas update for 2019, we were given a cabin full of daily presents, and a hilarious little Easter egg that so many people missed was a secret cameo from an old friend. If you followed a certain amount of steps in the correct order, you'd be able to look outside of the window and see a really terrifying Pili staring right back at you. It was a little fun Easter egg that not many people knew about, and it was exclusive to Winterfest in the cabin, so you can't do it anymore. There was something like it with the Agent Pili Easter egg in Season 2, but we don't have one for Season 3. At least not yet. Shifty, roll the Illuminati music. Number 3, the Fish Island Easter Egg. At the very beginning of Season 3, before the water started draining, there was a specific island on the map just off the coast of Steamy Stacks, which was actually shaped just like a fish. Although, the shape of the island was hard to notice for those who only glanced at the map, and the area only lasted a few weeks. Fun fact, Epic have done stuff like this before, with the middle island in Season 1 being the exact same as the Chapter 1 Athena map. Look, you see the similarities here? Number 2, the bot name Easter eggs. Okay, I think we've all been in Chapter 2 long enough to where you could probably tell when you've killed a bot pretending to be a player. As you probably know, Epic usually gives the bots just a generic looking name, kind of like an old Xbox 360 gamer tag. Most of them are randomly generated with random basic words and numbers, but there's actually a few bots out there with some really cool names that are small Easter eggs. One of these bots has the username Athena or Apollo once you eliminate it, and if you're a fan of the storyline or just keep very up to date with Fortnite, you probably know that this has a deeper secret meaning. To break it down, Athena is the official codename by Epic for the Chapter 1 island, while Apollo is the codename for the current Chapter 2 island. If you didn't know, these are both named after Greek gods and each has a ton of meanings, but it's cool that Epic decided to add this little nod for their most hardcore of fans. If you paid attention to bot names over the last few seasons, there's also bots with funny names like Boom Roasted, a guy named Phil, and That Wasn't Very Cash, so make sure to keep an eye out for all the others the next time you boot up a match. And finally, number 1, the Deadpool Shrine. Deadpool's yacht at the end of Season 2 was spotted at the top of the Wall of Water, and when the wall fell and flooded the island for Season 3, the yacht was destroyed with it. Now heading to the ruins of the yacht, you could find a secret room which hosts a shrine to Deadpool himself. There's no chests in here and no real reason to enter in the first place, but for those that do, you're treated to a weird shrine and Deadpool's unicorn floaty. You can even interact with it, but it doesn't do anything. But hey, click on screen right now to check out this next video. I promise you'll love it. This has been Tommy. Keep it here on Top 5 Gaming.